I got your note, Leona, and I feel your pain on that. We're all trying to deal with our varying technical issues here. I think, Vivian, when we talked the other day, I think there was some thought about, we talked a little bit about the career path, but maybe, some industry insights, given the position of the bank that you work with, just some general perspective on the industry, if there's some things that you'd like to speak to, either in light of present circumstances or just in general. I think that would be beneficial.
So I think there's a couple big themes that are going on or that we're kind of keeping a close eye on over the last maybe 2 or 3 years. The biggest one by far, the hot topic for everyone in banking is digital, right? So digital experience, customer experience, digital innovation. How do you do as much as possible through all the different digital ways that the customer interacts with us? And, that means they can access you on the computer, they can access you on their mobile phone, they can do a chat, they can do a text robot. The average consumer has gone from expecting these things extremely quickly, and the financial services industry is a little bit behind some other industries that have done an incredible job at this, right? So, the classic example obviously is Amazon. You go on Amazon, you don't have to re-enter your credit card every time. You don't have to re-enter your address every time. It does an incredible job of predicting what it is that you need. Kind of freaky sometimes, if you ask me. The other example that we talk about a lot is Uber, right? So Uber, you don't have to take, one of the most annoying things about taking a taxi was hailing a taxi and having to have cash every time you hailed a taxi. So Uber basically very easily was able to solve both of these problems, and there's very few people, I think, that have taken a taxi in the last 30 days. So I think we're a little bit behind some of kind of the best in class on this digital topic, but it is without question the topic. And for us specifically in Axos, it's sort of fascinating to watch, because we were definitely at the forefront of this topic for many, many years. And we had a competitive advantage where we didn't invest in brick and mortar branches. And so we were able to spend a lot of that money and capital that we would have spent supporting brick and mortar branches on things like technology and software development, and enhancing our platforms and enhancing our customer experience, and using data that we have on our customers to do predictive analytics and kind of anticipate what it is that they need, getting in front of the customer with offers that make sense for them. And as I think some banks are catching up to us, it's everyone expects that you're going to do mobile deposit capture. Everyone expects that you're going to have a banking app that lets you do pretty much everything. Most people don't expect to go into a branch as part of their daily life. So now it's, how do we continue to stay ahead of the game? And it's more, it takes more innovation. We have to, stay on top of that. So I think for us now, a lot of that is process improvements, workflow efficiency. What are things that we have people doing that maybe robots could do? What are different platforms that we've built sort of separately that we can integrate in order to have a holistic customer experience? So just for example, if you're a CEO of a business, you probably have a couple accounts for your business, and you probably have 1 or 2 accounts for yourself as a person. And in most banks, unless you're Chase, which can spend billions of dollars on this, in most banks, that's 2 different logins, 2 different platforms, 2 different accounts. They don't see each other. That's kind of by design for privacy reasons and control reasons. But as a person, as the CEO of that company, this is annoying, right? Because you have to log in somewhere else and what have you. So that's just an example of something that I think is sort of the next step for us to continue to stay ahead. But that's kind of the one big topic. I think the second big topic although it's much, much further, kind of a distant second, is the regulatory environment. We came out of 2008, 9, 10 with a regulatory environment that got much, much tighter. And it was very expensive for the banking industry to kind of implement and comply with a lot of the regulatory requirements that were implemented as part of the financial crisis. And over the last maybe 2 or 3 years, we've seen that start to loosen, and we don't know what's going to happen next, right? We don't know what's going to happen with the election. We don't know what's going to happen with a recession that seems at this point inevitable. So that's something that we keep an eye on, and we try to, get a sense for where that's landing and what we're going to have to deal with in the next 2 to 3, 4 years.
Thank you. Question?